kill me when I say this, but fall's going to be here before you know it. And if you've been saving up your vacation days, all of them at work, to take a big getaway, this actually might be a great time. Here with the latest travel headlines, good deals, and more, the thrifty traveler himself. Audience, give it up for Jared, everybody.
Thanks for having me, Jason.
Happy August, friend.
Yes.
Okay, I hate talking about fall in the middle of August, but but we're going to do it. Can I ask you first, shoulder season, what is that?
Shoulder season is your ticket to cheap flights. So the shoulder seasons, this isn't something new. This is something that's been around for decades. It's when cheapest, the flights are cheapest. So obviously, summer, very expensive. But if you travel in the fall, winter, or in the spring, right before summer again, you can find a lot of cheap flights.
So we're approaching a shoulder.
Yes, we are approaching the shoulder.
Yeah.
It starts, I'd say as soon as kids go back to school, mid-September, but the weather is still amazing. So I say, September, May, those are kind of the two peak parts of the shoulder season where flights are still cheap, but the weather is amazing.
Let's go a little more in depth on that. Here's my follow-up question. What are some destinations that you like in the fall, in your experience, because they are less crowded?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend, a European trip, like look at September, October, or again, May. Flights are already bookable into July of 2024, which is crazy. So you can already start thinking and looking for these cheap flights. So, Europe's been crazy busy, in the summer. But, going in those fall, winter, spring, that's the best way, whether you're traveling in the U.S. or abroad.
And people can laugh, but I always recommend, I'm going to say my second home, Disney. It's the perfect time to go in September and October. The weather's great and the crowds, boop. Does airfare go down? I know it's not, I don't like generalities, and neither do you, but do you tend to see prices go down in the shoulder or in the fall?
Yeah, flight pricing is all about supply and demand. So if there's less demand, obviously there's fewer people flying, then you see flight prices drop. So yeah. Definitely, it's the cheap time to fly, and you can save, as much as 50% or more.
We always focus, and because it's the main expense, we always focus on flights when you're here. Hotels, though, what's the trend with hotels? Do hotel rates tend to go down in the fall because of the demand going down?
It's that simple.
Same thing?
It's exactly the same. It's not always going to be in parallel, but it always, if you're planning on staying in a really fancy hotel that is going to be expensive, check out a few different months of the year. And I think you'll be shocked to see, as you get closer to the winter, of course, things do get cheaper. So that's another great way to save.
Does the same rule apply? You always tell people, you always recommend, try to be flexible with your days when you leave for flights. I know in my experience, isn't the same true with booking a hotel? If you can be a little flexible, like, maybe if you want to stay at a fancy hotel for 4 days of your trip, book that fancy hotel and maybe stay at a different hotel for the 2 first days. Does flexibility apply to hotels?
Flexibility is the key to saving on all travel, because you might want to go some weekend in October, and there's maybe a convention in that city, or maybe like you're at Disney and there's the marathon that weekend. Like, you try to avoid and just try to be flexible and just try a lot of different weekends and combinations and have an open mind.
Now, I just said at the beginning I don't like to talk about the fall in the middle of August. I really don't want to talk about the holidays, but I'm going to ask you a little precursor. How soon should people be booking their holiday travel? Should it be right now?
Yeah, you should have been looking many months ago.
They're too late?
I know. No, it's not too late. It's not too late. We always say, avoid booking with, 30 to 60 days before you're going to fly. So, well into the fall. You can still be checking on prices, but, now's the time to start looking at fall, winter travel. There's still a lot of potential for cheap flights, but keep an eye on it and keep an eye on it early.
In 30 seconds, I'm going to have you end with the tip that your last time you visited last month about canceling and rebooking if you see a cheaper flight. Can you repeat the advice to the people?
Yeah, one of the best, flight booking tips that exists right now, and I know we talk about it so many times, is book a main flight or higher ticket, and then if flight prices drop, you can rebook and you can get a voucher for future use on the airline. So we always say you set up a Google Flights Price Alert, which is free to set up. Just go to thriftytraveler.com, search Google Flight Price Alert. There's a whole guide there to set it up. When flight prices drop, either call the airline or message them online or just cancel online and rebook. Get that voucher and save.
There we go. No one saves better than him. Give it up, audience, for the Thrifty Traveler. It's Jared. Go to thriftytraveler.com. thriftytraveler.com and sign up. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody.